Dear students, a very good afternoon to all of you. So we were reading the change of narration from direct to indirect, and here we have already covered assertive sentences and interrogative sentences. If the direct speech is in assertive, how to change it in indirective, and if the direct speech is in interrogative, how to write it in an indirect form. We have learned and learned it well. So now we will move over to the next one, that is our imperative sentence. The imperative means you are expressing a particular kind of sense, especially sometimes it is order, some other time it is request, and at times it is advice or you are forbidding someone to do so, and at last you are commanding someone, like the sergeant, like the captain, they're commanding their soldiers, the army, to do something. So now, while saying all these things, while expressing such views, it is the tenor of our tone that actually tells everything. Suppose I tell you, give it to me, and if I tell you, give it to me, these two things are completely different. If I tell you, go away, and if I tell you, please come here, these senses are different. If I tell you, do not run in the sun, if I tell you, take regular exercises, and if I tell you, shoot or halt or run, these senses are different. These senses are not said in words what kind of sense they are, but actually it is the tenor of our voice, our tone, tonal quality, the way we are throwing the words. It tells everything. It tells us what kind of way or what is the sense that is imbued in our sentences, in our speech. So here, in case of imperative sentence, what you have to do, you have to find out this kind of sense which is imbued there, whether the sense of the speaker is order, request, advice, forbid, or is it a command. You have to understand, and then accordingly you have to change the reporting verb. So the reporting verb should be written as it is said in the first rule, which you can see here, that the reporting verb will be changed as per the sense contained in the reported speech. If there is a sense of request, we will change said to into request. In case of order, we will omit said to, that is the reporting verb, and in its place we have to write ordered. If it is in say to, we will write only order. If it is in past, we will write it in past, that is ordered. If the sense is not clear, then we shall convert the sense into told or asked. Not clear. Suppose someone is telling you, tell your mother to call me, tell your father to call me. This is neither order nor request. So in that case, if you are lying in between the ambiguity, then you please write it in a way that he asked me to call my father or my mother, call him, like that. So here, let me come to it. Next rule which is written here is that inverted commas are replaced by to. Previously, in case of assertive sentence, we added there that, that as a linker. In case of interrogative sentence, we added if or wh word. If only when the direct speech which is written in interrogative sentence begins with any auxiliary or modal, then in order to change it into indirect, we have added if as the linker, and then if the wh word begins with a if the direct speech begins with a wh word, in that case we have kept the wh word intact, and after that the auxiliaries and all other parts of the sentence we have changed it according to the way we should do it in order to write it in assertive sense. Here in imperative sentence, we will omit the comma and inverted commas, and in its place we will write there what? Tell me, what are we supposed to write there? Yes, 2, as you can see here, we have to write here 2. And after 2, remember this is an infinity, so after infinitive always you have to write the original form of verb. Original form of verb. You cannot add s or es, you cannot add ed or d or t in order to make it past, you cannot add ing, anything. Only the main verb in its original form will be written after to, and then whatever is there will be written as it is, except the pronouns. The pronouns will be changed, and verb, because infinitive is sitting behind it, it will be written in its original form. See, the third rule, it is written there that the rest of the reported speech will come as it is. I told you, as it is. Now negative imperative in case of don't. So it is better you can write forbade. The present tense is forbid. In order to do it in past, you have to write forbade. Or if you add their advice, then you have to write not to. Suppose I am giving you an example. Grandpa told Suman sir, don't run in the sun. So it can be written in two ways. First, Grandpa told Suman sir, Grandpa advised Suman sir not to run in the sun. Or you have to write that Grandpa forbade Suman sir to run in the sun. So that's how the whole thing is going to be. If I am writing forbade, which is itself a negative sense, that has a negative connotation to it, then you have to write only to, because double negative will make the whole sentence affirmative. Now, if we were writing advice, which is a affirmative in sense, then in order to keep the sense of negative intact, you have to write there not to. So that is how the whole thing is going to be. Suppose mother said to her son, don't get drenched in the rain. So mother forbade her son to get drenched in the rain. Or you have to write mother advised her son not to get drenched in the rain. So that is how the whole thing will be written in order, will be written following this kind of order. Okay, the order of the sentences must be kept intact. Understood? That's how the whole thing is going to be. Now after that it is written that I requested him not to open the door. That's how, not to open the door. Suppose someone is telling you, please don't open the door. So you have to write there that he requested me not to open the door. Here you cannot write forbade, because please is written there. Whenever you are finding the direct speech beginning with please, try to write it in, try to convert the reporting verb into requested. If it is a negative, you write it not to. If it is affirmative in sense, you write to. That's how the whole thing is going to be. Very easy. Now there are some practice sets. It is written there, which I have already sent it to you with all the answers. So I hope you will keep it, you will read it, and before you move over to the answer section, it is better you try to find out the answer yourself. You try to find out the answer before you have a look on the you try to find out the answer before you have a look on actual answers, the solutions. Suppose I'm telling you, it is written that he said to me, she said to me, go to the market at once. So someone is asking you to do at once, to do something at once, which means there is a sense of urgency. Whenever there is a sense of urgency, it is of course order. So you can write it that she ordered me to go to the market at once. I said to him, open the gate. Tell me, what is it? It is a kind of order. Open the gate, open your shoe, stand up on the bench, get out of the class. These are the orders. So you can write here, I ordered him to open the gate. Ram said to Shyam, please help me. Ram requested Shyam to help him. Me means the speaker, Ram. It is objective. Ram, pronoun will be he, but he will be written in objective, him. That's why we have to write there, him. So that is how all the things which are written there. And here, see, answer is given there, asked me to go to the market. Because they are considering it, they are not considering it an order. But that sense of order is also there. This is not. This is evident in the fact that it is written there, go to the market at once. Had at once not been there, you could have written there, asked. He asked me to go to the market. But because at once is written there, I would prefer to write it, he ordered or she ordered me, because at once, that is a sense of urgency which is imbued here. So though the answer is given there, he asked me to go to the market at once, you can also write it, he ordered me to go to the market at once, because the sense of urgency is there. Had it been like she said to me, go to the market, then you could have written that she asked me to go to the market, because it is not clear whether it is an order or a request. In that case, you can write asked with to as the connector, as the linker. So that's how I will depend, and I will count on your intellect, and I know you can better understand the sense of the speaker. That's how you try to do it. The more you do it, the better you can understand. So that's all for today, students. We will meet again. Tata.